This episode of the What's Happening Delco podcast is brought to you by Delco Meets for Business. Check us out on Meetup at Delco Meets, the number 4 business, register, and attend one of our incredible networking meetings. We meet the 1st through the 4th Tuesday at the Whole Foods in Newtown Square. We meet the 1st through the 4th Thursday at the Brick House in Ridley Park. We look forward to seeing you there. What's happening, Delco? I'm Rich Shane, and welcome to the What's Happening Delco podcast. Today, I'm joined by Wanda Banks Green of ZAG Branding Solutions. Wanda, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Wanda, what is ZAG Branding Solutions?
Well, Rich, ZAG Branding Solutions really is a full-service branding promotional marketing company, and basically we empower businesses to be bold with innovative branding solutions that captivate their audience. We elevate brand identity, we drive profitability, and we don't just create promotional products, but we craft experience.
And what can people expect when they work with ZAG Branding Solutions and you, Wanda?
With ZAG, we expect personalization. We like to connect with our clients. To do what we do, it's really important to understand their business, what they're doing, what they're trying to accomplish. You know, maybe they're just trying to connect with the employees. Maybe they're really trying to put out a new product. So it really depends on what they're doing. And so we like to connect with them, get to know who they are, get to learn their business. So that way we can be very effective. We like ourselves to consider we are their side of their marketing department, their extra marketing department. We're on the side kind of thing. So we kind of work with them directly and really help them get their brand out or whatever they're trying to do in their project. So it's a lot of closeness. I'm very close with my clients. We get to know them on a little personal basis just so we can relate to them, you know, send them birthday cards. And so we keep that connections.
Branding seems to be a word a lot when we talk about marketing, and you and I have had conversations prior about branding is what you want people to know or think about when they think about your business. It's not the other way around of what people already think or already apply to who you are. So when you talk about and you talk with your customers and potential customers, what are some of the mistakes or what are some of the shortcomings that you see that you're going to be able to dive right in and help them correct that and get on the right path?
I think the first, like I said, when we talk with our client, we talk to them and just find out what their problem is and try to solve it. And a lot of times, sometimes it's just that they think quickly. They don't really stop and because like I work with a lot of middle and small size businesses, so a lot of times they don't have that time or the energy really to stop and think about what they're doing. And sometimes they just haphazardly just do stuff and or look at something to see they like and just do it. And I have to explain to them it's not what you like, it's what your clients or your customers like. You have to find out what they want. And I think that's the biggest mistake that they do. And a lot of times they really don't budget out doing their branding. They just feel, well, I got my business cards, I do flyers, I'm out all the time. It's a whole lot more than that. It's all about you, who you are, right? You brand your business, especially mid-sized and small businesses, right? A lot of times people see you before they see your company. So they want to look at you. They're going to check you out and see who you are. And so you are your brand. You have to remember that first. And then your company behind you. And I think that's a big mistake a lot of businesses sometimes just don't do.
You hit on something like a little gem there, a nice nugget for listeners, that it's a pause. At least the opportunity to sit down with you, Wanda, and stop for a second, kind of take a sense of what's going on in the surroundings, what's working, what's not, and then helping your clients to formulate a plan and more of that solution to what they're looking for their branding.
Yeah, that's pretty much in a nutshell. Because every business is different. Everybody's different. No one-two business. What I do for one company, I can't do for the other company. So we don't, and like a lot of times people say, well, we can just go online and search for stuff. You can. So now you just did something somebody else did. You didn't do what you're supposed to do, who you really are. And that's the important part, to really know who you are and understand what you really want to be and what people want to think of you. You have to project that. You have to create that. And sometimes we don't stop and do that. We start thinking about what is everybody else doing? You can't do what everybody else do. You got to be you.
You can give a shout out to a business owner or a business you're working with, or if you want to give an example of how you've helped that branding solution for a business, just to kind of give the listeners a sense of what you're bringing to the table and how you're going to help that next level for that business.
I have several of them, but I have a real good one. One where I had a client, and she's a new client. We just started talking, and she was part of one of my groups, and she called me and said, "I just want to do something for the holiday." I said, "Okay, what you want to do?" Well, I already gave them I gave them like money, but I want to give them something like a nice gift. I said, "Okay," and we started talking about it, and I realized her clients, her employees, were all over the U.S. They weren't in one spot. They were all home-based people, and it's a medical field, and they do counseling all over US. So, and even outside US, yet one of them I think outside the US. So we started talking about what she wanted to do. And I kind of said, well, look, why don't we do this? You have people all over. Let's give them something really that they are really going to like and they can use, is useful. And let's make a nice special package. She said, okay, well, that sounds good. But what do you want to do? I said, well, let me start thinking about it. I know they're home based. And she said, I want them to have something they can use on their desk and also use outside their desk. So, okay, let's work on it. So we got together and I came up with doing a nice cozy blanket. We did a little small, it was like a little thing you put on your desk and it can charge your Apple phone, it can charge your Apple Watch, and it can charge your phone and your earbuds. So and it was and it's supposed to be a little smaller compact, so that way they can take it with them. They put it on your desk. And then we also got a little coffee cup with some hot chocolate in it, a candle, and the cup was branded. And then I designed a nice, creative, really beautiful box on the outside. Put everything in this box. We had our companies manufacture it, stuff the box, and we sent it to each individual home individually. So everybody got this beautiful box. And so later on, she called. I said, well, how do you think? She said, Wanda, Wanda, Wanda. She said, that was the best thing. She said, my employees loved it. They were just raving over it. They thought it was just so awesome, was special. It came to their house, and the package was just so beautiful. She said, I just can't begin to thank you how much you really helped my employees and really made them feel very special. And that just really touched me. That like, wow, okay, especially, you know what you're coming up, you do it, but how's it going to be received? And I think just by talking to her, getting to know who she was and how she felt about her employees, I know she didn't want to know anything. She wanted something nice because she really felt good about her employees. She said, I appreciate my employees. And I really want them to feel special, especially if she already just gave them a money package. Now she want to do some another package, which wasn't a cheap package to do. And so that was really just, I think, a great project that we did. And it was successful. We did like 150 boxes.
When I hear a story about that, I think I want to be an employee. I want to be recognized that way. It's about surprising and delighting, whether it's your employees or your customers. It's a way to show them your appreciation for their business. I think a lot of times, and you can speak to this, that when we don't thank our customers, we don't thank our clients. I'm not going to say we take them for granted, but perhaps it's that assumption. They're always going to be there. We're always going to be here. And when it comes to our clients and when it comes to being in business, there are a lot of other people that are striving to make our clients their customers. And what you're talking about and that way of handing out and delivering that wonderful package, you open that up, it creates such a wonderful bond, a wonderful relationship. They're always going to see the mug, they're going to see the charger, they're going to see the blanket, all those things, sipping the hot chocolate. How do I sign up and become an employee? I love it.
Right. And that's interesting. Like even when I talk to my clients, first thing I say to them, do you thank your clients? Well, no, I said, you don't. Every one of my clients, Rich, I send a thank you card, a gift, or something to them. And sometimes I do a period. I won't do. I'll wait for a while. Like I'm gonna send them a thank you card and just say thanking them, and put a little something, and then I'll wait a little bit later and just send them a gift. Just say, hey, just thinking about you. But I do that one to let them understand how important it is to thank people. And they always call me, thank you for that gift. It really was nice. And they'll call me back 6 months later. Well, we need this, we need that, because they're like realize I do appreciate their business. Because if they don't have a business, what I'm going to do, So I appreciate them, and I realize that they're using their hard money to support me. So I need to let them know I appreciate them and I want to do things that I can help them, not just by just taking their money, but also thanking them for it as well. And I find a lot of businesses just don't do that. I handwrite my thank you cards. Sometimes they be late, but I'll handwrite them and send them out just so that they'll know that, hey, thank you, And I find that doing that, I've maybe since I'm doing business, I maybe lost maybe 2 customers. And if customers don't come back, it's just they just don't come back. It wasn't because something I did. Um, and I think that, and I first started, I lost 1 customer, and that was just something, and it wasn't even my fault. It was something that they did because it got there late to them, and I kept saying, I need the information, I got to get it, and UPS didn't pick up the package that they just sent out to them. So, but
We do our best. We're not always going to be the perfect fit for our clients and customers, but we do the best we can. And I
right,
think that what you help and what you strive to do with ZAG Branding Solutions is you help your customers, your clients be better. You have taken those experiences and you say, all right, we're going to learn from this and we're going to be better. We're going to do better and help you stand out and establish that rapport so people know, hey, I got your back.
right. And that's important. So important.
Who inspires you, Wanda? Who motivates you?
Um, I'd say really my family, because I want so much of them, especially when I have 2 kids. My son works with me. Um, and it kind of inspire me. They keep me going. When I just feel those crazy points, they keep me inspired and going. So I really say my family really is very important to me. And a lot of things I do is for them.
Do you have something, a life lesson that you were taught either in business or life that has been so valuable and beneficial? Or is there an affirmation that you say constantly to keep you focused and on the right path?
I got so many affirmations. My affirmation one is this, I'm always praying, God, give me the strength, direct me. I need you. I can't do this without you. And that's something I say every day. And biggest affirmation I really think from my family and just the growing is just really do something that you love, and do it to the best that you can. And when it's point to the point that you no longer like it or love it, you need to move on because now and that's why maybe I started doing business myself because working for other people, I just didn't like it. I used to do a business, I used to do notary, and I just hated that. It was just like, it was so boring. It was dry. It was like no creativity. I'm like, okay, I got to read this document again. It just wasn't me. And I had to realize it, why are you doing this? You don't like this. You can't do your best because it doesn't inspire you. And I'm a person that I like to keep things moving. I don't I like to do the same thing twice. So I'm always coming with creative ideas, something to do different or change around excitement. I like excitement. I like to laugh. So I can't try to keep that in my business. I keep it with my clients. I like to have a laugh conversation with them. Just something to keep the joy going. Because if you can't smile and laugh each day, it becomes sometimes I laugh to keep from crying. Right? Like let's laugh a little bit here. Let's not dwell into this. Let's move on. It's done, it's over with. Let's move on and try to do something different. So
Wanda, how do people connect with you? How do they find you so that they can start working with ZAG Branding Solutions?
they can connect me by going to zagbrandingsolutions.com, or they can always give me a phone call. I give my cell number out, which is 610-656-3015. And just call me and tell me what you need, and we'll talk about it and try to help you out.
And that's ZAG, ZAG, just to make sure people know what letters to type in.
Yes. Because a lot of times Z sounds like B when you say it for some reason. Yeah. Yeah.
You're out and about in Delco. You have a cheesesteak craving. Where are you going for cheesesteaks?
I don't eat cheesesteaks. I don't eat beef, but I did go to, was it Delco cheesesteak one time? And I told them to give me a chicken steak and they gave me a beef steak. I take it back, but it was very good once I got it.
All right, so you went to Delco Steaks.
Yeah.
They realized that they gave you the wrong one and you got the right one and you had a nice experience.
Yes, I did. I did.
Pizza. Where are you going to satisfy your pizza craving in Delco?
Since I live right here in Lansdowne, we have right around the corner. What's the name of it called? I can't think of it right now. But we have a pizza shop right here around our corner from us. Why can't I think of the name of it? They'll probably be mad at me. Like my husband goes there. They know when he comes in the door because when my grandson comes on the weekend, he comes like every other weekend. We get pizza. The pizza man, they know him. They just like, we got you, Mr. Green. Colonial pizza. That's what it is. Colonial pizza.
All right, see, it's that memory jogger. Eventually, it kind of works its way out.
Yeah,
Colonial pizza. And what do you like on your pizza? What are your toppings?
just plain old pizza.
Just plain old pizza.
Plain old pizza.
You could do cheese sauce and crust. You're doing all right.
Yep. Yeah. No extra cheesy, just regular cheese.
You're out and about in Delco and you have a convenience store need. Where are you stopping? Wawa or Royal Farms?
Wawa. Got my points. Get my gas.
Wanda, how do you describe Delco to someone who's never been here or has not heard of Delco before?
Obviously, Delco is that little small area that you don't think about right outside of Philadelphia. But we have so much things that Philadelphia has to offer. As a matter of fact, the people from Philadelphia come over to Delco.
Yeah, friends or family coming in from out of town and you want to give them or take them to a Delco experience. Where are you sending them or where are you taking them?
Well, a lot of people, they always want cheesesteaks, like, right? And they say they'll try to go down Philly. I said, no, 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 no. That's not the place to go. Come over here. We did have one over here in our area, but they moved, so I'm not going to mention their name. So now we will go over to Delco cheesesteaks. We'll go over there and get some steaks for them to take out.
All right, so you're satisfying those steaks, the cheesesteaks craving. Is there anything else you're going to do on your adventure to show off Delco?
Um, Sometimes, I do like, they want to, we have a couple of wineries. So I'm like, okay, let's go to the winery. We like going out to the winery. Me and my daughter goes there, and we like going out to Linwood Gardens to the farm because we like doing plants and farms and stuff like that. So that's a lot of things I do. A lot of things that I do with my grandson. Just taking those places like that, we'll go bowling or something, different areas, and just letting them see, what Delco has to offer, and just really give them that, not that uncity culture, you know.
I love it. Wanda, is there anything we haven't spoken about today on the podcast? Anything you want listeners to know more about you or more about ZAG Branding Solutions?
Basically, I think you cover everything with basically just letting them know that ZAG Branding Solution really is here to really help your business. So if you're looking to try to do some new or creative things with your business, you're looking for something different and unique, we're the ones to talk about. We always do unique stuff that we do, and things we come across is always done. We stay educated. We go to 4 or 5 conferences per year. We go to not just learning about products, we learn about the products, learning what's good, what's not good, going good, what's any flaws in the product, also with no safety. So we are safety certified as well. So we do all those things to make sure that when our client comes, they can just talk to us what they need and not try to do any more research. We've done all that for them. So we like to stay on top of that and stay connected with our clients. And that's pretty much it, So it's just, you're looking for something different, give us a call.
Fabulous. Unique. You want to stand out. You want somebody to listen and really personalize this brand that you're looking to project and present to the world. Make sure you give Wanda Banks Green of ZAG Branding Solutions a call. Wanda, thank you so much for being a guest today on the podcast. Thanks for being a friend of What's Happening Delco. We look forward to see your impact on people's brands. By the way, make sure you like, share, follow all those things on the social media for Wanda and for What's Happening Delco. And Wanda, thanks so much today. We look forward to all that you're doing.
Thank you so much, Rich. I really appreciate this opportunity and wish you all the best as well.
Hey, it's Rich. Thank you so much for being a listener to the What's Happening Delco podcast. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to learn more about the people and businesses in our community. I have been a real estate agent for over 25 years, working with first-time home buyers to last-time home sellers. As a listener of the podcast, my gift to you is a complimentary 1-year American Home Shield home warranty. This is for buyers and sellers that I help. If you're looking to move anywhere in the United States, I have you covered with an amazing network of real estate agents. I look forward to hearing from you. My direct line is 215-313-3777, or you can email me at rshaneremax@comcast.net. Oh, by the way, I am never too busy for any of your referrals.